I like 31 because it gives Rachel the freedom to do all sorts of great things as a mom with our kids. She coaches their teams, she drives them everywhere, she gets them to participate in dance and school activities. Uh, uh, 31 works around our family schedule. I have a regular job with a family business and I work a lot of hours each week, and 31 interfaces with that perfect because when it's time for her to go to work, I usually come home and I'm ready to take care of the kids and do all the things that need to be done in the evenings. So it really, it takes a little bit of our time away together, but actually the number of nights per week that she would be gone sometimes is only one night a week. And so it's great to have dad and kids night on those nights. And so um, uh, other things, 31's wonderful because not only does it give her the freedom to do things with the kids, it also gives her something to do during the day where she does things with the girls on her team. She does things for her newsletter. She does things to talk to her and communicate with her customers. So it sort of occupies her during the day, but not with the kind of a structure that punching a time clock would do also. And so I also, I like having my wife be the boss a little bit.
Hashtag boss lady.
She's a great planner and organizer, and I think that's really what Rachel was meant to do. She was meant to be a leader, and as a person, she requires those types of things to fulfill her. And it makes us all a happier family, and it certainly makes Rachel happy. So what's good for her is good for me.
Good answer.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Our second question is things 31 has given our family. Being the big man that's the ultimate provider is difficult because there are many years where Rachel actually brings home more bacon than I do. And so it's a little bit humbling, but we sort of, we're on one team and we're moving forward together with the Watoko family, and so what she's able to bring is complimented. We stopped at the gas station. She gave me $40 to put in the car. It was $56. I ponied up the rest. So we all we work together. 31 has done great things for our family. It's enabled our kids to have braces without putting us into debt for that. It's allowed Rachel to go out. She showed up at my work one day for me to see her new car. She bought a Suburban off the lot without even asking me. And so, it's like girl power all the way. So again, we use that car to do all sorts of family adventures. We're getting ready to go on a road trip in June out west. We went to Denver last year.
2 years ago.
We piled the whole gang inside that car and went out to Denver, Colorado, and made this big 10-day circuit of seeing America. And so 31, I don't think, had we not been prompted to go to that conference.
Well, why did we go to Denver?
Well, we went to Denver to go to the conference that was there. So that's 31's done a lot of not just financial things for us. It's the TV we watch every night was a Dream Rewards television that's in our living room. We went to Best Buy and went and picked out a $1,000 TV that we watch every night, and that was just one of the things that Rachel had earned during a program that 31 had. So yeah, it's 31. In fact, I got 31 shirt. We went to Cancun together. Rachel earned the trips to Cancun, Mexico. 31 is so wonderful. They actually sent us a credit card that we could use to pay for the cab ride to the airport. They thought of everything, and so it was fabulous. It was, we probably each gained 10 pounds.
Yes.
It was wonderful, and so it's difficult to go on those trips with our kids leaving our kids at home and go every year, but I certainly look forward to the next one that she earns for both of us to go. And so,
Where did the 31 Lows take the kids?
31 actually gave us Dream Rewards that we used to go to Disney. And so we spent a week in Disney, and it was all on 31's tab as well. I'd forgotten about that. That was some time ago, right?
Abigail was 3.
Right, yeah. Right. So yeah, 31. And I got to tell you, it's really funny because you see probably the training videos of the leadership in 31. They're real people, and they're really wonderful people, and they're interesting, and they actually care about each and every one of us. I have a recollection of going to a national conference with Rachel, and when she had just become an SED, and they actually, in this big convention center, there were thousands, I mean, I don't know how many thousands of women were there. And they actually had a whole room in the crowded convention center that was just the SED room. And so if you flashed your spouse badge, you could walk right in, and they had all this food and beverages and everything set out all day long, every day. And it really was, it was really something to be with a leader at the event. So, yeah, I love that. Oh, I love you, babe. Let's see what my next question is. We have your thoughts on the flexibility it provides me as a mother. I sort of touched on this already, but Rachel, by not having regular schedule, the perfect example is her mom was recently very ill, diagnosed with a heart condition. She needed a valve replacement. Rachel completely was able to focus on taking care of her mother, and I think had she had another job, she would have had to be, can I have days off to do this? Can I switch with people to work my hours? And she didn't have to do any of that. She cut back on a couple of her parties and scheduled a few of them differently. But when her mom was recuperating, she was busy back working every day on her newsletter and other things that she had to do in her office during the day. And she was able to go pick her mom up and see her several times a day. And so 31 really created a lot of flexibility for that. Our kids and their doctor and dentist appointments are another thing. It's so difficult to schedule those things. She's able to schedule them and for either when they immediately get out of school or to pull them out of school, take them to their appointments and take them back to school. She doesn't have to worry about so much working around an inflexible work schedule. 31's there to allow her to do what she needs to do. And so that's really a cool thing as well. I can't think of another good reason for that, but primarily the kids are really the mom and the kids thing. We actually have, as if she's not busy enough, we talked about it, we have 2 Chinese exchange students that stay in our home at Christmas time. Last year we had 3. And so as if with our 3 kids, she's not busy enough. She just takes care of everybody and makes sure everybody's happy and does their thing. And I think 31 actually, instead of her being a full-time stay-at-home mom, she actually structures so that the kids have responsibilities every day. So there's days where our Chinese girl Mohan, it's her job to cook dinner. I'll come home from work, Rachel will be at a show, and I'll say, Momo, what's for dinner tonight, honey? She'll be like, Dad, go take a shower. I'll have it ready when you get up. And we regularly plan to eat dinner as a family. And so Rachel's home, I'm home, the kids are home, we all meet together, and then afterwards, if we have things to do, we can knock apart and everybody goes and does their own thing. But she also is home most evenings where we can be together for our dinners.
Our American kids cook dinner too.
Yeah, American kids. In fact,
we didn't bring them out for their culinary
skills. On
skills.
our way here, Rachel actually had a text that our son, he's 14 years old, and he was cleaning house today.
Aww.
So everybody has their responsibilities. I think that it by her not doing everything all the time for our kids, it allows them to become self-reliant. And I think everybody's happier as a result, and they're better people. Our kids are great kids. We're really proud of them. All right, our next one is, are you surprised by the income? I was really surprised when Rachel showed me the first check she got for $10,000 in 1 month. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was really amazing. Am I surprised? Rachel, as a kind of a promotional thing, in order to excite and reward some of her leaders, she rented a boat that does cruises up and down the Detroit River. And she and another SCD had gone in and rented, and I think we had, 60 people on that boat. And there was a gentleman on there that I met who I recognized him, and I couldn't picture where I knew this guy from. Turns out he's a very wealthy guy. And he asked, and we had done business. His company did business with the company I worked for before. And he asked me, he says, God, I didn't realize Rachel was your wife. And I'm like, oh yeah. He says, well, his wife was a director at the time. And he says, we keep looking for a reason why this company's not going to be as good as they seem. And I said, you're not going to find it. Every time you turn around, there's another thing that's more generous than the last, another reward that's nicer than the last thing that they've done for you. There's no hook. He said, I'm waiting to see that they're going to load us up with inventory that we can't sell or otherwise make us invest in a bunch of things and put out a bunch of money. It just doesn't happen. This company's not, Cindy did not structure this company in order to profit from all the leadership or the sales, the consultants. She wants all of us to all do well. And we need to find more customers. That's where you raise your money, not from holding up the consultants. And my friend on the cruise was like, yeah, I just can't believe it. I'm waiting to see why I can tell her I told you so. I said, you're not going to find it. And so I think that this company is really run with a good heart, and that they have everybody's best interest in mind, and certainly. We go to the convention, and it's so funny to see how down to earth even Cindy's husband Scott is. He plays in a band, and their band plays at the opening ceremonies for the conference. It's so funny. I mean, he would have that kind of crazy talent. Here he's a professional musician, and yeah, really, it's nice to see such great people in charge. Our next question here is, things you do to support me. Well, when Rachel has to work, obviously there are times where I have to leave work early to go pick the kids up or help shuttle the kids around. And there are also times where there's conflicts where she has too many things to do. Where today I took off work, for example, to come on this. I mean, not only is it our anniversary, and I love every minute I spend with my beautiful wife. but by the same token, we're also sort of like a team, and I feel that I'm helping to build the 31 business with her. I help clean the house before we have an event there. I help move the kids around. I help Rachel do various activities and paperwork related things. We were at the office supply store the other night just before it closed, running off 50 packets of something or another, copies that we had to staple together for her to do another presentation. So yeah, I feel like I try to help as best I can. I'm certainly not in competition with my wife. I want her to be 100 times more successful than I am. And she does great things. Everything she does is for our family. So we're a team. Anything else that I want to add? Before my wife started selling for 31, she sold for several other direct sales companies. And I can tell you that the first month of selling for 31, it was completely apparent that this was the company that was the perfect match for her. And I think that's what helped her build her business so quickly here. And she had said that she wanted me to throw her a party when she had 100 people on her team. And I was thinking, wow, yeah, right. That by the last track record with the other teams, I'm going to get off for a bunch of years out of this. I think it was less than a year, if I'm not mistaken.
9 months.
9 months. So that was a great milestone right there. And very proud of my wife. I'm proud of what she does. And we're real lucky that 31 is part of our life.
You did good, dear. Now hopefully it'll go on YouTube.